Without a vaccine, sir, why do you think the virus will just be gone?
It's going to go. It's going to leave. It's going to be gone. It's going to be eradicated. It's going to go. It's going to leave. It's going to be gone. It's going to be eradicated.
Well, again, as we've been saying this morning, and it's caused the president to spiral into a rage again. Donald Trump said in January, on January the 22nd, that he wasn't worried about this virus. Everything was going to be fine. It was one person coming in from China, and soon it would be gone.
And while Joe Biden was writing in a piece for USA Today that it was coming and it was going to be bad. Right.
At the end of January, Joe Biden wrote that around the same time. 2 days later, Donald Trump said that President Xi was doing a great job. He applauded his transparency. At the end of February, the president was saying it's just 11 people. It's going to be down to 0. 15 people, going to be down to 5, maybe down to 0. Talked about how it would magically go away in April. Of course, in April, more people died of this pandemic that Donald Trump said would magically go away because of the weather than died in a war in Vietnam. And it continues. The first wave hasn't crested, and Donald Trump will not even follow the White House guidelines that he put out a few weeks ago. He's denying that a second wave is going to come in the fall, despite the fact that every doctor, every medical professional, every scientist says we could face dire consequences in the fall as well. And this morning, I told the president again that good science ends up being good economics, ends up being good politics. Obviously, Donald, you didn't want to hear that again. I know I've been saying it a lot. And you actually tweeted something extraordinarily cruel. And I know you meant to be extraordinarily cruel to me by attacking me, by bringing up a conspiracy theory that has lived in the gutters of the internet for some time now. But just like the Seth Rich conspiracy murder that was pushed by your allies, you don't understand the pain you cause. You cause to families who have already lost a loved one. Not me, not my children, not anybody that knows me or they know the truth. But you once again drag a family through this and make them relive it again, just like Seth Rich's parents. As if losing a loved one the first time isn't enough. But this weekend, my God, you were supposed to have a working weekend. You got it wrong again. You said 50,000 deaths, 60,000 deaths. Now you're saying 100,000 deaths. What was your working weekend? What did you do during your working weekend? Well, you tweeted more hateful things about colleagues of ours. You tweeted conspiracy theories about Jeffrey Epstein. Really, you have time for this? You tweeted conspiracy theories about Barack Obama. Really, you have time for this? You attacked George W. Bush for simply sending out a unifying message to give Americans hope. He said positive things about Americans. He said positive things about healthcare workers. He said positive things about this country. He said, we choose to rise. And even that offended you. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that a man who was offended by a former president calling all Americans of all parties together in this time of crisis, would be offended by that because, after all, you're the same president of the United States who celebrated the return of a murderous dictator, Kim Jong-un. Mr. President, I ask that you get checked out. I ask that you take a rest. I ask that you take care of yourself. Maybe let Mike Pence run things for the next week. You're not well. Let Mike Pence work with Dr. Fauci, work with Dr. Birx. It would be best for you politically. It would be best for the country medically. It would be best for the Republican Party politically. Talking about social distancing, we're reading stories now of Republicans who are politically distancing from you. You were right when you said we are a country at war. But we're losing that war. You assured us in January there was nothing to worry about. You assured us in February there was nothing to worry about. You assured Republican senators in March when they were panicked. You said, just stay calm. It'll go away. You assured African American leaders that it would go away just like magic. You assured Americans time and again in April when things warmed up, it would just go away. You assured us in April it would just go away and not come back in the fall, even when medical professionals, doctors, and historians actually reminded us that the 1918 pandemic did come back, and it was even worse in the fall. Mr. President, you're getting worse every day. You need to take a rest. You need to let Mike Pence actually run things for the next couple of weeks and come back when you're feeling a little better and when you can really actually focus on your job, because you just can't do that right now. And Americans are dying every day because of it. Jonathan Lemire, this was an active weekend on Twitter for the president, even this president, talking conspiracy theories about Jeffrey Epstein, conspiracy theories about Barack Obama, attacking George W. Bush for calling for Americans to unite together, praising Kim Jong-un. I could go on and on, attacking colleagues. I could go on, but I just don't need to. This is again, in a time of crisis, this is why independents are running away from Donald Trump as quickly as they